In 2013, nations around the world united under the Minamata Convention, a global commitment to end mercury pollution and protect human health.
Minamata Convention is the global treaty addressing the health and environmental risk of mercury. Mercury, it caused a very heavy health concern or health damage in Japan in 1950s and 60s. It is called Minamata disease. The mercury was discharged into the sea and accumulated in fish, and thousands of people suffered and even died from mercury poisoning. So from that lesson, the global community agreed that this mercury is a very global pollutant, and we need a global solution. In skin lightening products, a different kind of mercury compound is used. This chemical is still very toxic, and it causes the skin damage, decolorization, and it goes into deep into your body.
When I was much younger, when someone mentions the word or I see someone bleaching, I considered it as something vain, something superficial, some weird way of wanting to look. But as I've grown, I've come to see it as something that is deeply rooted in a kind of internalized oppression. So you could call it maybe the kind of historical problem linked to colonialism, or the white man being better off, or the white person being better off. Maybe linked also to patriarchy, meaning that, for a guy to accept a woman, she should be light-skinned. And maybe a link to capitalism also, meaning, this kind of corporates make cheap chemical products that are now toxic. Cheap, in quotes, because you then think, well, I'm going to reap some good benefit out of this cheap product, not knowing that it has long-term repercussions. And countries like Nigeria, where I was born and partially raised, some of us perceive it as a ticket to beauty, of acceptance and even economic opportunity. That's why we now somehow engage in skin bleaching. It's unfortunately an unfortunate practice that I think we need to raise the negative awareness about it.
About 4 years back, we did a documentary on what has gender got to do with chemicals. I interacted with so many of the dump sites, both from here in Abuja and in Lagos. But more specifically, I saw a mother bleaching a child, and I was alarmed. And of course, working with the issues of Minamata Convention as an organization, what can we do? And we had discussion with my colleagues, and my colleagues said, oh wow, we have seen that quite a lot. And so it's something that the organization needs to take on. Sensitized people, maybe a lot of people don't know the health implications of this.
Creams, pills, injections, all promising not just beauty, but opportunity. This paradox is sharper in Nigeria than anywhere else, where beauty is still measured in shades of fairness.
I developed a huge apathy for the word black in the condescending manner that Nigerians used it. So you would go to the marketplaces and people would say blackie, or you would be walking on the streets or even interacting with your friends and you'll be called blackie. Now the intonation of that was the thing I rejected, because that intonation of blackie means ugly. But I am black and I'm beautiful.
According to reports from the World Health Organization, WHO, Nigeria records the highest percentage of women globally who use skin lightening products, with a prevalence rate of 77%.
Skin bleaching actually has become a very serious epidemic in Nigeria.
Our black skin is something that is of beauty, and it contains melanin. That's why it's dark, and it's because it protects us from the sun.
So we must ask,
why do you have to change your skin?
It's gotten so bad now that, they start to bleach their babies from childbirth. Pregnant women using these products uncontrollably.
Black skin is the most stable skin color you can have. The lighter it is, the more regressive it is. Many people don't know this, unfortunately. So we actually have the very foundational skin type. So I would say melanin is a blessing and not a blemish.
fairness is sold as beauty, confidence, even success. Billboards whisper it, celebrities reinforce it, society rewards it.
So it's about, how do I get the attention of people? How do I make people feel that I'm being loved, that I'm beautiful?
We've realized that once you ask them, they're like, oh, I just want to be light-skinned so that I'll get a rich husband, because for them, that is a means to an end. And sadly, the rate at which men are bleaching has also gone up as well. Men marry light-skinned women so that they can have light-skinned children. Sadly, because the women are not originally light-skinned, they bleach themselves to become light-skinned. So when they give birth, the husband is already dark-skinned. The wife was originally dark-skinned. So when they give birth to a dark-skinned child, they are forced to bleach the children as well so that they can be light-skinned.
This is a beauty norm. If you don't have this beauty norm, then sorry, you're not yet fully accepted.
But behind the glow of glossy adverts and filtered selfies lies a harsher truth. An industry preying on insecurities, hiding toxic chemicals in sleek bottles. Each jar and tube carries more than hope. It carries pressure, aspiration, and too often, irreversible harm.
You have battled so much and you are wearing some of your scars visibly on the outside, but you're also dealing with scars on the inside, and those are invisible scars and they do hurt.
For many young women, bleaching is no longer just a choice. It is a silent demand.
I'm a survivor of this skin whitening product. I didn't like how my skin was because I was naturally a light person. So my face, my legs were quite darker than the rest of my body. My sister then, she went to all the stores and then she asked them for what I could use, and then she was given one, and then I started using it.
So I noticed that some ladies in my age group were using these whitening creams. It felt like I was missing out, as I was still using petroleum jelly. So I succumbed to pressure, and I began transforming my brown skin to a fairer tone. I felt happy about it initially, as I noticed significant changes. But when reality kicked in, I discovered that I was only deceiving myself.
Part of the physical effects you will see is, atopic dermatitis, irritations. You can also find, in severe cases, exogenous ochronosis, which is the blue-black pigment that appears after prolonged use of mercury-containing SLPs or hydroquinone, most especially. Other areas is, dark knuckles, and we've been having now increased cases of squamous cell carcinoma, which has been directly linked to the use of skin lightening products, especially mercury.
These products are not just skin deep. Many contain mercury, hydroquinone, and steroids, substances that slowly poison the body.
Mercury as a metal is a metal. It's the only liquid metal. Every other metal is solid. Whether it is mercury itself alone or mercury compound, they are all very, very poisonous.
Beyond the promises of a lighter skin, a deeper challenge rises.
There are certain chemicals that have been known first to cause cancer. Maybe if we started to write on bleaching creams, that using this cream harms the environment, but that's only a tiny fraction of how much it would impact on your health, on your kidneys, especially mercury and hydroquinone.
So one of the key areas that I would say skin bleaching affects children is, impaired development. It can actually interfere with their growth and development. It also affects the central nervous system, even in the fetus, like from when the child is in the womb to the growth phase.
As a woman, this thing gets into your veins and it destroys, in fact, your outer skin, and it gets right into your veins and it gets into your system. You are bound to have cancer. Cancer of the uterus, cancer of the blood, all manner of things. You have liver complications. These are things that people need to know about skin bleaching.
The use of skin lightening products have been linked to nephrotic syndrome, which is a condition that affects the kidney. It has also been linked to, cysts in the ovaries as well, which affects their reproductive health. Now, especially use of steroids have been linked a lot to, hormonal disorders, hormonal changes which can directly affect your reproductive system.
Then I noticed that like my knuckles were getting darker. You know when someone is like red instead of like natural lightness. They are very harmful. Sometimes you use them and then the smell is very sharp.
You see some people looking green, parts of their face are looking pink. I know you wouldn't want to look like a rainbow at the end of the day. These are creams that are actually supposed to be based on prescriptions alone.
And that is why even if you bleach, once you stop using that particular cream, your color will return back.
Yet, the market keeps growing, fueled by weak regulations and high demands for a fairer skin.
Once you start a particular kind of bleaching cream or bleaching soap or whatever it is, you will have to be using it continuously.
I started off beating up anybody who called me Blackie, and then the girls took dressing. But the boys were very stubborn. They still would try to show their manliness and call me Blackie. Omo, I will beat you. Like, I beat people so it became so bad that honestly to this day there are boys in primary school that I beat up that still don't talk to me, and I'm really sorry about it. But Kai, no, you can't call me what I'm not. I refuse to own. If you have an issue with yourself, fine and good, but I refuse to own whatever negativity that you want to transfer to me, and that has defined my life.
In urban areas like Abuja, Lagos, and Kano, these products are widely available in both formal and informal markets.
I'm here to get a cream that can get me more lighter. I think the cream I'm using before, I'm getting knuckles and green vein. So that's why someone described this place for me that I should come here and explain to them what I really want. And now I'm here, so I want to tell them to give me a cream, a light shade of cream that can make me more lighter, that will not give me knuckles, black spots, or green vein.
The problem with toxic chemicals is it's deadly. I think many of us also don't realize you're killing yourself literally, maybe slowly. We're all gonna die, I know, but you don't want to speed it off, right? By taking in this chemical. So you can actually think about it as you're consuming as well these kind of chemicals because it's coming on your skin.
You know when you combine some chemicals and then the smell, sometimes you use it on your face and then you it's as if you sprayed like all this insecticide. It's so sharp and conk to your nose.
Very harsh chemicals they use in producing this lightening and whitening products.
Creams should be labeled with their contents. But now we have a lot of people who mix up things in the corners of their homes and call themselves beauticians.
I remember during my the pilot phase of the Asali campaign, when we went into the market, we had people selling mercury fluids, and there is we know in Nigeria there is little or no regulation enforcement that would actually limit the accessibility, the usage, or the purchase of this product.
NAFDAC as an agency, through the government of Nigeria, has placed a ban on the use of any of the mercuric salts. Could be mercuric iodide or mercuric bromide or mercuric chloride, whichever one. We do not allow it to be in cosmetics.
NAFDAC is doing a very great job, I must say, but the work is enormous because of the various channels through which some of these creams that have not been approved by them come into the market.
The government have been trying though, because
Oftentimes, people from NAFDA come here. They come here to carry out some kind of exercises to checkmate the kind of product we are selling.
Across Nigeria, the call for safer cosmetics has gained renewed momentum. What began as a technical draft has evolved into the National Policy on Cosmetic Safety and Health, a strengthened framework guided by the Federal Ministry of Health, with support from the World Health Organization.
The ministry have put together experts from all fields all over Nigeria to bring their knowledge and experience in these ideas to make sure that we're able to catch everyone on board in order to make sure that this scourge problem that we have, we are able to talk about it.
As stakeholders gathered in Lagos in October 2025 to finalize the policy, one goal remained clear: to ensure that beauty never comes at the expense of health. This policy now rests on 3 pillars: stronger regulation and governance, improved vigilance and public health intelligence, and a renewed push for safe innovation within the cosmetics value chain.
The issues we have enshrined in the policy are cascaded down into standard requirements, which will help us bring in issues of high-risk chemicals that we say they are banned, then issues on certain permitted chemicals. We enshrine the ranges, percentages of these compositions that can be used.
For WEP as an organization, we have positioned ourselves to ensure that we pass on the message to these young people, to Nigerians, that skin bleaching is a killer disease. I call it a killer disease because you are bleaching to death.
And so for us, besides amplifying the great documentary, for example, that WEP is doing, and linking it to policy and pushing for implementations and change in regulations, we're also looking at the practical side of looking for those funds, channeling it to this kind of alternative solution that is beautiful, but it's wholesome, it's sustainable, it's low carbon emission. It's going to make life better for not only those who use it, but I think for the planet. So
the ones that have the natural skin lightening, because we have natural things in nature that cause skin lightening, things like carrots and so on, can actually lighten the skin, but it takes time and it doesn't affect the elasticity of the skin. But we don't want that. We want sharp.
Across markets and screens, the pursuit of lighter skin continues, driven by ideals and values that blur the line between beauty and harm. But every product sold, every promise made, carries unseen consequences for health, identity, and self-worth.
I am black and I'm beautiful, and there was nothing on earth that would shaken my belief in the fact that my black was beautiful, and I stood for that.
Don't be ashamed of your skin.
Change begins with awareness in our choices, our conversations, and the standards we set for beauty.
Using cosmetic products, we're advising consumers to look at the labeling requirement. What is the listing of the chemical composition there? It will guide you to use.
Because beauty is not found in a bottle. It is found in health, dignity, and pride.
If you're looking for advice on skin health or skin care products, see an expert, not a market salesperson, because for them, it's just about the sales.
I would advise everybody not to bleach.
It's not easy being you. I see you, but I encourage you. I encourage you because there is more to you than your skin. There is a light inside of you that the world needs to see. And you can't reduce your entire existence to the opinions of other people.
Our strength lies in our originality. Our beauty lies in our originality, and not by taking another form that is not ours.
I want you to know that your skin is beautiful. You don't have to bleach it to please anybody, for anybody to love you. God loves you the way you are, and He made you the way you are. So I will appreciate if we can stop bleaching.
Fairness at a cost is a cost no one should have to pay.